Hello Stitchers, welcome back to West Virginia. My name is Cheryl and this is Tranquil Stitches. Today is Sunday, May 27th, 2018, and this is my FlossTube episode number 8. I was pleased with the quality of the video last week on my phone, and I think that things did show up a little better, and so I'm going to plan on continuing with that. It took forever to upload. It took like twice as long to upload the video, but that's okay. I was just praying nobody called. I didn't really know what to expect if somebody did call while it was uploading, but I guess we'll find that out because that didn't happen. Knock on wood. I haven't found the Megan Fox filter yet. Sorry. This is, yeah, I know you'd much rather. But anyway, we had a wonderful week. We did some things, and the weather, it's been off and on with rain. Of course, it's spring in the mountains, rain, and I've enjoyed it. And on our good days, we did get to do some things. I went to take my former mother-in-law out for lunch for Mother's Day. She's a very special lady to me. I divorced her son. I didn't divorce her. We are very, very good friends. I've known her for, I guess, now 25 years now, and she's just a wonderful lady, and I really love her, and we spend time together as much as we can. She and I, when I lived in Richmond, her and my daughter and I went out on Friday nights shopping and to dinner. We called it Nana Night, and we did that every week. And I really, really miss Nana Night. I do, but we get together as much as we can. And we just had a very good visit. We went to Hobby Lobby and milled around. She and I shop very well together because we go into a store, she goes her way, I go my way, and we meet back in the middle when we're done. So that works for both of us. We're not hovering over each other when we shop. So we always have a good time. And we always inevitably get stuck in parking lots. The big joke with the two of us is we can see where we need to get to, we just can't figure out how to get there. I can't tell you how many times that's happened to us. It's hysterical, but we have a lot of fun when we get together. We went to Hobby Lobby, and then we went to Outback for lunch and had a nice meal and got to catch up with each other. She lives about an hour away, so I try to get up there as much as I can. And then we went to Tuesday morning to shop around, which I absolutely adore that store. We didn't have one here back years ago, and when I moved to Richmond in 2001, I think, her son lives there. Her other son lives in Richmond, so sometimes she goes up there and stays with them. And a funny story about Tuesday morning, like I said, we didn't have them here, so I needed some furniture. I went up with very little needed furniture. So she and my brother-in-law, his partner Bobby, took me shopping, and they're conversing in the front seat, and she said, "What about Tuesday morning?" And I said, "Well, I have to work Tuesday." So they got a big kick out of that. And then same conversation. Bobby says, "Well, we could take her to the dump." And I said, "I've got money." But the dump in Richmond is a huge furniture store. Like, they have like overstock and things like that, and it's called the dump. And I thought he was literally going to take me to a dump to get my furniture. So they still laugh at me over that. But yeah, but I love Tuesday morning, and found some really nice things there as well. And then my husband and I had a very, very nice outing to a local state forest. We are so blessed here to have these beautiful mountains and have so many state forests and parks that we can go and just hike or walk or just meander the day away, and we do that as often as we can. And I just absolutely love getting away where I have no cell phone service. I don't have cell phone service here at home. I have to use my phone through Wi-Fi. So we are, when I step out the door and go 30 feet each way of my home, we don't have service until a half hour away. So my son works for cell phone companies, and he said there's no plans to put any towers in here because of the population decline. They just can't justify putting more towers up. So it's going to be that way. There was a house fire. I woke up yesterday morning with no internet, no cell service. There was a house fire up the street, and it took out the cable line, so we had no cable until I guess around 5 o'clock yesterday afternoon. So it is very rural here, but we love it. And we went to Twin Falls State Park, and we hiked along the trail to see both of the waterfalls. I was assuming they would be more substantial than they were, but they were small, but the scenery was just beautiful. The rhododendrons are so thick right now, and just it sprinkled rain, and the canopy is so dense that we didn't even know that it did. It was just like we were in a fairy tale world. Just the birds and the critters running around, and just it was the water. The sound of the water is just so mesmerizing. I have some pictures at the end. I did a slideshow of some things, some pictures that I hope you enjoy. If you would like to watch them, watch that. It's my channel's called Tranquil Stitches, and I like to keep that along that line and give you, just some tranquility and some peace and just some beautiful things to look at. So well, present company excluded, of course, but anyway. So we had a wonderful trip and a wonderful day out, the two of us. Okay, I wanted to talk briefly about our stitch along. I've got something to tell you about that. Our Run Hollow stitch along starts October 1st, and I have been talking to Kathy Barrick and Marty at Carriage House Samplings and got their blessing. And I contacted Laura at Flying Frog Stitchery, who makes these wonderful needle minders. And I asked her if she could make custom needle minders for our Run Hollow stitch along, and she said sure. So she has a couple different options for us. She has gold and silver, and she has a cabochon and a button to choose from. So you can choose a gold and silver, or and a cabochon, or a button. And she took snippets of each of the designs, so she has available all 10 Run Hollow designs. So you can choose the one that you'll be working on. Isn't that wonderful? She does these wonderful little clay buttons on the back so that you can grab the needle easier. Grab the back of the magnet easier. And she is, let me show you, Flying Frog Stitchery, and I will link her shop below. So she has those available now, so you can go over and order your needle minders so that you can have them when you're ready to start Hawk Run. And also, she has said, she's a generous lady, a real sweet lady, I've enjoyed working with her. She is going to give us 3 free Run Hollow needle minders for 3 of our subscribers. I'm going to be hosting a giveaway for one, and Jeannie Schwartz will be hosting a giveaway for one, and so will Amy Loves Toads. And I will tell you that if you win mine and they pull your name, the other 2 girls pull your name, they will redraw, because we'd like to share 3 of them with 3 different stitchers. So that's just to keep it fair. But I will be drawing next week for the winner of mine, and I will give you information on how to contact Laura so you can claim your needle minder if you win. And if you want 2 or 3, if you want one for a couple different designs, or you know, just go over and show her some love and give her some support with your orders, and she would really appreciate that. She's took a lot of time, put a lot of effort into making a beautiful product for us. So we're really, really tickled with that. I've already ordered my 3 for houses I've already done, map I'm working on now, and then I'm going to get one for Village that I'll be starting in October. So I'm excited about that. So I've also reached 300 subscribers, which is a wonderful milestone for me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that so many of you come by to visit me every week. And I want to add a couple more things to that giveaway. I'll be giving away the needle minder for the Run Hollow. And I also, and this is the last time I'm going to be showing you this pattern. So, yeah, this is the Country Cottage Needleworks Bless Her Home that I just finished. I'd like to share this with someone. So if you've not stitched that, if you'd like to stitch it, if you want to join the Stitch Along PC Bless Her Home, you can win this chart and stitch it right along with Priscilla and Chelsea and literally thousands of other stitchers who are stitching it or have stitched it. So that's that one. And then I also have Rosewood Manor's Building ABCs that I'd like to share. And passing the stash is just such a wonderful thing, and I want to do it as much as I possibly can. This is a beautiful, beautiful chart. You can take the letters and make your names or your children, or and there's the close up of this one. So if you'd like to be entered into the drawing for these 2 charts or the Run Hollow needle minder, just say, well, everyone who comments will be entered into the Run Hollow needle minder giveaway. And the Bless Our Home, if you'd like to stitch that, just say Bless Our Home. And if you'd like to stitch the Rosewood Manor, just say ABCs. And then I will draw 3 winners next week. Please don't say drawing, don't say giveaway. Please be 18 so that you can give me your address. And please be a subscriber, and I would appreciate a like on my video, and we'll celebrate my 300 subscriber mark, and I really appreciate you. So that's my drawing. Now, previous finish. Back in probably 2004, 2005, I don't remember what year, I was talking about my mother-in-law, and I have got some things under this camera that I'm trying not to shake. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I didn't realize that was sitting on that. But anyway, I wanted to stitch something for her. You know, like I said, she's special, and she's always been curious about my stitching, and she likes, you know, I've already shown her my finished pieces, and I've made her some towels and some braid covers and things like that over the years that she's really liked. But I wanted to do something very special for her. And like I said, I'm into genealogy. I've always been into it, and I really enjoy it. So I did spend quite a bit of time researching her family tree as well, and sharing what I found with her. She was very appreciative of that. She loves the genealogy as well, and she loves the history, especially, you know, of her family. So I decided to stitch for her Lavender and Lace Mother's Tree. So just a beautiful chart, and if you'll notice, it says the name, the birth date, year, the name, and then mother of, and then the daughter, her birth year, mother of, and so it goes down the line with the mothers instead of the fathers. That's, you know, the female side. And I spent hours charting this. And I'm not going to show you the last names for obvious reasons, interwebs. But I spent hours charting this and glue, you know, taping it together, all this graph paper, and that's what I stitched from. 8 generations. 8 generations. And my mother-in-law didn't have a daughter. She had sons, 2 sons. So when I got to her, I put mother-in-law of, then my name, and then my daughter's name. So it ends with my daughter. This one does. So, and this is all the way across there. Yeah, it's huge. So I did that. It took forever, months of stitching it in, and I did it the way the chart is. I did it with Vicki Clayton silks, and the night I finished it, now when you see this, the night I finished this piece, I was extremely excited because it was late. Well, it was late at night, and I stayed up. I was like, I'm this close. I'm going to finish it. Not going to bed until I finish it. It was 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And when I finished it, celebrated, did my little happy dance, and then I folded it up and I put it in a basket beside my stitching chair. We had a puppy, a little Siberian Husky puppy, belonged to my son. His name was Hendrix. We had a Marley too, so we had Bob Marley and Jimi Hendrix. But that puppy overnight got a hold of my mother's tree. Y'all, I can't tell you. I cried tears. This happened. Yeah. See how huge that is? That's all Vicki Clayton silk. So, the puppy's still alive. Well, he's grown now. My son doesn't have him anymore. He had to rehome him. Not because of this, but I didn't kill him. But, yeah. It wasn't his fault. He was being a puppy. It was my fault. I should have known better. I've raised 3 kids. I know what happens when you leave things that you don't want to have messed up, laying in a place that you don't have control over all the time. So, my fault. And each of these letters is 2 colors of green as well. So, a lot of work. It was months before, well, at first I said I'm not doing it again. I said I'm not doing it again. And a couple months passed, and I really wanted that for her. So I decided I was going to do it again, and I made some changes when I did it the second time. You see, the words are in the tree. The second time I stitched it, I put mothers over here and tree over here. I moved it out of the trunk of the tree. And I liked that much better. And another big change I made was I stitched the second one over one. So it was much more of a manageable size as well. And I did the letters in a different color. I did use Vicky Clayton silks, but I did them in a different color. So I'm going to insert a picture here of what the finished product looked like. I had it framed. Terry at Cross Stitch Station in Waynesboro, Virginia framed it for me, and I presented it to her, and it's hanging on her wall in her living room up above her couch, and she absolutely cherishes that piece. So when I went to see her, I took a picture of it and told her that I was going to include it in my video. So that's the mother's tree incident. Dog's still alive, still happy. So anyway, it's hot in here. We don't have air conditioning yet, so it was 80 degrees at 10:30 this morning. But the good thing is that's supposed to be the high today. So anyway, whips. I worked on Monopoly this week, and I'm excited because I'm starting to fill in the properties. That community chest kicked my butt. It kicked my butt, but you know, I love the way it's looking because the letters, it's some of it was supposed to have been, I'm going to sneeze. I'm sorry. How many people said bless you? Thank you if you did. I do in the store. Somebody sneezes, I'll holler bless you, you know, all the way across the store. But anyway, I love the way the letters are crisp, and some of it called for back stitching with 2 strands, and I just didn't do that. I said no, 1 is sufficient. It's 18 count, 1 is sufficient. But look how tiny that word price is. Look how tiny that is. And the needle that I'm using is piercing the thread beautifully. So I'm enjoying it. And I got 5 blocks done yesterday. So if I can continue to work on this and get that much accomplished, I'll have this done in no time. So I'm excited about that. That is Monopoly. And then my Maynia starts. I am perfectly on track. I have enjoyed this. It's my first Maynia, huge success. I have really enjoyed it, and I will be doing it again. I'm probably going to do the whole, if I didn't finish it this year, then next year I'll do it the same day. I'll probably do that, but I'm hoping that I have everything finished, because I didn't start anything extremely huge, because I already have a BAP or a couple BAPs that I'm working on. So, and then I still have inspiration that I want to finish, and I'm going to be starting the Hawk Run, and so I've got. Hopefully, I'm going to get the majority of these finished. So, on the 21st, I started one for the Crow. This is Brenda Gervais. I'm doing this one. So cute. And here's my progress. This is a piece of linen that I tea dyed. There's no coffee, just tea. And that's Victorian Motto threads that I'm using. And actually, this was a piece of R&R Morning Fog, 32 count. And it was kind of a greeny gray color. And so I just dunked it in some tea, and the result was just phenomenal. I absolutely love it. It's going to be really cute on that. And then on the 23rd, I started Bent Creek Winter Knocker. This little fella. Somebody had said on my Instagram that I should frame this because it's the way it looks, and it's really, you know, like old and worn, and just, I love it. You know, I'm not one to throw things away that look like this. I mean, you know, it's been abused, but it's got lots of character. So here's where I am on this one. We got him done. That's B5200. I wanted it to really be bright white. So his body's finished. And I'll put his buttons on, and that one's going very quickly. So I'm pleased with that. And then on the 25th, I started Season of Growth. Little House Needleworks. Got all 4 of these. I want to do the whole set and make them, Priscillify them and do them as an interchangeable. When we went to Hobby Lobby, I bought some things to do some finishing with, so I'm excited about that. And there's where I got to on that. I had this fabric. It's, you know, it's 32 count linen, and it's not white, and it's kind of got like a gray, purpley, just so subtle to it. I don't know really what color it is, but I had started a double Dutch sampler on it, and for some reason I stopped. I just got a little bit done on it, and I stopped working on it and started it on another piece of fabric. So I don't know if it was not big enough or what, but so I just cut it, and I want to do, I've got enough for all four of these on the same fabric. And I haven't stitched on actually white or like white fabric in a while, so I'm enjoying this. So here's where I am on that one. And then late last night I wanted to get a head start, and then some this morning, but I started Blessings Be Thine by Blackbird. Here's what that one looks like. And I also tea-dyed this one at the same time, and I didn't notice, left it on the snaps because I'm going to work on it today. But there's where I am on that. And this is an even weave, and my gosh, it is so soft. I don't know what this is, but I could definitely stitch on this more often. It is so soft. I think next time I go to Village Sampler, I'm going to take this with me and see if I can't match up and figure out what fabric that is. But it is wonderful. Wonderful. So that's 4 Maynia starts this week, and I have 2 left. I have 2 left. I'm so excited. Tuesday and Thursday. That's it. I don't know what I'm going to do when Maynia is over, and can just pick up one, whichever one I want to stitch, and stitch on it. I'm not going to know how to act. But 2 more to go, and that will be 16 new starts. And next FlossTube, I'll do a whip parade and do a recap of my Maynia real quick. I'm not going to hold them up for 17 seconds a piece, but I'll go through them pretty quickly. Now, I wanted to show you, I know you probably all know what these are. This is another little gadget that I absolutely adore. Let me get it out. It's a star detailer. That's what it looks like. And these are, I need a manicure, I'm sorry. These are so handy when you're, I have a tendency to stitch too far with the thread that I have, and I can't get the, you know, my too little left on the needle to run it through the back, and that's what this is for. You can put it through your stitches on the back and grab the tail and then pull it through. If you can't get your needle level even with the stitches on the back. So that's a pretty handy little tool to have. But I wanted to show you a trick that you can do and not have to buy anything. Put your needle, put your thread on your needle, put both tails through your needle, just like you're going to loop start. And then run your needle under the threads that you're going to anchor your tail to, run it under. And when you get to the end, this little loop's there, put your tail in this little loop and pull it through. And it works the exact same way that this does. And you've got what you need right there. So, just wanted to give you that little trick if you didn't know it. And so there you go. Now I told you I'm all about my backside. I also try to run it under the same color. That's how I keep my backsides neat. I try to run the tails under the same color, and I try to go the same direction. I don't, if I'm doing a horizontal row, I don't run my tail vertically. I run it, horizontally along with it, and that just kind of keeps your backside a little neater as well. So, retail therapy. First of all, I wanted to tell you I found my 1999 Just Cross Stitch issue. as soon as I ended the video, went to put them back where they go, and it was under something that I had laying under the magazines right there, big as day. I haven't found the other two, but I did find 1999, so I do have them all now, all the way from 1997 up to 2017. So I did find it. I have a dear friend who has been my friend for years and years and years. We had we were administrators of a cross stitch board years ago called Tranquil Stitches, and she and I and a couple others ran the board, and we had a really successful board, and things got in the way in my life. It wasn't a good time of my life. I just it was a hard time, and so I left the board, and she continued the board and ran it for a long time, and we had just the best group of girls. We did round robins, we did lots of games and exchanges, and like I was telling you about the Advent exchange, we did we each assigned names, and we paired each other up, and we bought 24 little gifts, like a candy bar or something from the dollar spot, or just 24 little gifts, a couple skeins of floss, or just little tiny things just to open every day, and we would send them. And then on the one bigger gift, one stitchy gift we had a limit for Christmas Day. We would send them, and then every day everybody would show what they got, each day. And Diana and I still do that Advent exchange. We've done that. She and I have done that for every year for goodness, for forever, and we really enjoy it. But anyway, Miss Virginia used to design. She's a very, very talented artist. Her company was V & Company, and her designs were just phenomenal, fun things. She did a lot of snowmen. She did a lot of just fun designs, colorful, happy designs, and she's very talented. And she and I were talking this past week, and she said that she had stopped stitching. She stopped designing because of copyright infringement, and she just got tired of seeing her patterns being shared, and we've lost so many designers because of that. And anyway, she stopped stitching as well, and I really felt bad about that because she really enjoyed her stitching, and she said there was a stitch that she really wanted to do for her mother, and she just knew she wasn't going to do it, and she said it was a kit, and I said, send it to me, I'll do it. And she's like, really? And I said, yeah, send it to me. So she sent it to me, and I'm going to really enjoy stitching this for her. And it's a Dimensions kit called In His Hands, and this is for her mother, Miss Alice, who passed away a few years ago. And also my mother really loved birds. She fed them all the time. She had ducks in her yard. She just, you know, she loved birds as well. And then Virginia and I both like ducks too. I mean, no, birds too. So this is kind of going to be for all four of us. Isn't that beautiful? It's pretty involved chart, and it came with 18 count Ada I'm not interested in, so I'm going to get a piece of probably white. And then some sections calls for 4 strands and some calls for 2, and I'm just going to do 2. And then also some of the stitches, the half stitches and the quarter stitches are outside the back stitch, which drives me crazy, so I'll be fixing that as I go. So it's going to take quite a while to stitch, but I'm gonna really enjoy it. So she's gonna be cheering me on with this one, and I'm looking forward to letting her see the progress on that one. It's a very special piece. And told you I was going to slow down, and I said that after I'd ordered this. It just wasn't here. So I had looked for this one, thought it was gone. It's a limited edition. You're gonna recognize it when I show you. Had to get it, just had to get it. But I was Gulf Coast Stitchers, Gulf Coast Stitches. Julie had the had one left, and I just had to do it. I got Sarah Brazier, Queen of May. Yes, I did. Look at that border. Those satin stitch, oh my gosh. And that heart in the middle, stag, and that basket, and those trees, and those birds on the trees. Just absolutely phenomenal sampler. This, it's a book, and the history's there, the royal history, and I'm so looking forward to. My husband was so interested in this. He said, I will be reading that. He's a big history buff, and he loves to read things like that, so he'll be reading this too. So there is a Stitch Along group on Facebook, and I did join that. I'm not planning to stitch this right away because I've got so much else going on, but I will. And I don't know if I'm going to go with the Alvera Soie that it calls for, or I've got tons of Vicki Clayton silks. I might substitute Vicki Clayton if I can do a good conversion. I don't know what I'm going to do with her yet, but I'm very, very pleased that I have her. It was only $1,500 released, so you know, it was a wonderful tribute to that lady. A couple more quick things. I found this on clearance at Hobby Lobby, and I've never seen this. It's actually a stitchable mesh, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. You've probably seen it. You know, I've been under that rock for years, but you can do a design like that, but it's gold on one side. Look at that. And then it's silver on the other side. And it's very flexible. I just think it's beautiful. You stitch something on it and then put a backing fabric on it. And so I just had to get that. This is the only one they had left, and it was only $1.75. Clearance from $6.99. So had to have that just because it's a curiosity. And then I'm gonna grab something. Hold on just a second. So Hobby Lobby had this on sale clearance, and I thought that would be absolutely perfect. So my husband and I have spent some time on it this week figuring it out. We've still got to work on it, but look at this. It's one of these boards with these little letters. I'll come up with something a little more clever, but I just went with that. My husband was we were trying to figure out how to get something in there that the monitors could stick to, and he came up with putting a piece of wire in there, which works for, see, yeah, it works for these smaller ones, but these older type with the big black magnets, it's not working too well. So I tried to stick some little BBs in there, and they're working, but you have to put 2 or 3 in there. So we're going to give that some more thought, but I'm going to hang that in my parlor and just grab whatever. I'm not going to leave minders on my projects. I'm just going to grab whichever one I feel like using that day. And this is a cute way to display them, so I was happy with that. That one would have to fall off, wouldn't it? I got that, and then also got some findings, some lobster claws, and some more things to make some scissor fobs as gifts too. So I'm going to get some of those done as well. And last thing I want to show you is when I went to see my friend. She got me this for Mother's Day, and I just adore it. She says she's constantly thinking of me in my parlor now, and she thought this would be pretty in my parlor, and it is. It's just beautiful. And look what it does. Lights up. Can you stand it? Look at the little birds, baby birds there. And there's one. Where's he at? Hiding somewhere. There he is. Isn't that adorable? She's so good to me. I love her. So that's what I wanted to show you this week. I really appreciate you stopping by and spending time with me, and thank you for the likes, the subscriptions, and the comments. I really enjoy spending time with all of you, and like I said, if something happened and I can't get the Mother's Tree picture in the video inserted, or the picture of the fob needle minders, then I'll put them at the end as well. So I'm hoping I think I got it figured out how to insert a picture. We'll see. But anyway, so stay tuned for a little bit of a slideshow at the end, and until next week, happy stitching.